For Justice Bennett's, music runs in the family. His style of music, it's a hybrid of alternative sounds that he was brought up on in the Seattle area, blended with what he discovered when he moved to Fuquay-Varina at 14 years old. And now that he's found his sound, he's finding plenty of success. His music draws hundreds of thousands of listeners on Spotify and millions more on TikTok. And one tune, it's even become a mainstay on satellite radio.
It wasn't like a career path for me. I never really thought of it as like a career path or anything like that. It was just kind of something I did when, I wasn't doing something else, but it was always something that I like turned to. Like
Bennett said that some of his earlier memories involving music are of seeing his uncle's band play at bars and of a jazz band that his mom and aunt were in together. But being a full-time artist, it wasn't always in the cards. It started with him rapping with friends, and while working as a car salesman in Dunn, which was Bennett's last job before his passion began paying the bills, he opened a music studio in the laundry room of a 4-bedroom house that he lived in with 2 other people.
it was able to, keep me afloat until like my music started doing well, and luckily like it started doing well like very soon. Like
It was in that laundry room that it dawned on him. His hobby could become his livelihood.
some of the first songs I made in there, it was just like I just listening to my own music. I was never like a really super satisfying feeling for me. My whole time. That's why I never really thought that I could do anything with my music when I was like rapping and stuff. But once I got like the right tools, like I said, it just made my music super satisfying to listen to, and I was just listening to it all the time, and it like that feeling is what gave me the motivation to basically start everything.
Linking up with his manager was the game changer. Bennett went out to New York and was able to record some songs there, including his first big hit, Nightstand.
It wasn't a plan until you said so. Thought I was a man until I met you. Like, what's the chance that I'll be kicking cans? I'm like your biggest fan, don't think you understand.
That didn't come without hurdles, though.
I went out there, and I was supposed to be in the studio for like 2 days, but he got food poisoning, so I wasn't able to go. But the next day, like the day I was supposed to leave New York, he hit me up. He's like, you can come today around this time. And I was like, okay. So I had to check out of my Airbnb, walk to the studio. We had like 2.5 hours before I had to leave to go back to the airport. So we just, pumped out Nightstand in about 2.5 hours.
Nightstand debuted on TikTok shortly after it was recorded, to some 2 million hits. It was also highlighted on new music sections on Spotify. Real Life Sucks debuted with even more social media fanfare before it hit the satellite airwaves on Alt Nation. Bennett said that his manager is to thank. He had connections that got their foot in the door with SiriusXM.
And so he sent the track their way, and they debuted it on Alt Nation. They played it once, and people were like tweeting at him about it, but yeah, basically just through my manager. He's been like such a help and just guiding the process and helping me become a better artist, pushing me to become a better artist, and just getting me like linked up and connected with all these music people he knows. So it's been a blessing.
The 2 tracks have entirely different vibes. You listen to Real Life Sucks, and it's a fast, upbeat tune that would almost be perfect for a party scene in a college movie. Nightstand, on the other hand, it's slower and draws on a lot more of the hip-hop influences. It would be perfectly at home in the opening act at a J. Cole concert. The creative process in producing such different styles of music really just boils down to how Bennett's is feeling on any given day.
I just kind of go into every session with just like how I'm feeling that day, like what I'm thinking about, like what's going on. It's not like it could be. It's a struggling process sometimes. Like I struggle at it sometimes, but most of the time, like especially when I'm working with a lot of like-minded individuals and stuff like that, like it helps the process move along a bit quicker. But yeah, it really just depends on my mood for the day, what I've been thinking about. I really just try to go in and make every song, as good as I can.
Such versatility isn't all that surprising, though. Bennett said his first iPod was loaded with songs from his dad. He listened to a lot of Green Day, Linkin Park, Pearl Jam, and Papa Roach. Then he moved to North Carolina and was turned on to rappers like J. Cole, Logic, and Chance the Rapper.
So I kind of intertwine the two genres in my preferences on music. I listen to a little like alternative music and stuff here and there too, but I just try to take all the music that I like and put it together in a blender and blend it up and spit it out.
Getting his music career off the ground with these 2 hits was no easy feat during a pandemic. Bennett said that having a place to record in his house was important, and social media was integral in getting his music out there for people to listen to.
I can just sit here, post it on the internet, promote it a little bit, and people start listening to it. So it makes life easier, but there's always the obstacles.
Now that things seem to be reverting back to normal after the pandemic, Bennett said that he wants to eventually begin performing shows in the Raleigh area. He wants to build up a local audience, then one day move on to touring. He said if he could pick anyone to tour with right now, he'd go with someone like Post Malone, Dominic Fike, or Linkin Park.